Archangel Michael says, there's a powerful energy rising around you, and it's becoming too undeniable to hide. People are beginning to act differently, their tone shifts, their words stammer, their eyes avoid yours. It's not fear of what you've done, but fear of what you're becoming. They sense something they can't name. It's in the way your silence carries more weight than their loudest judgments. It's in the way your presence changes the air in every room you enter. Archangel Michael says, they've watched your growth from the shadows, secretly hoping you would fail before the light fully revealed your identity. But now your name is echoing in places their bitterness cannot block. And that truth has made them restless. You didn't ask to carry this divine power. But it was placed within you long before they ever learned your name, and now they feel the pressure of it rising in waves they can't escape. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You are walking proof that chosen ones don't beg to be seen, they're noticed even in silence, and your silence lately has been louder than their noise. People who once ignored you are now drawn to you and they don't even know why. It's your aura, your voice, your walk, something in you is ancient, regal, and unshakable, and it's not just people who notice, spirits, energies, and even atmospheres shift when you arrive. Your power is not loud. But it is heavy. Those who whispered about you are now whispering around you, nervously wondering if you've heard them. Their unease is not your responsibility. It is the cost of watching someone rise after trying to hold them down. You didn't come to fit in. You came to take your place. And now the weight of that mission is revealing the truth in every corner of your life. Type Amen to get blessing 771. There are conversations happening behind closed doors about you, and most of them are filled with confusion. They are unsure how you keep standing tall despite everything they plotted. Your strength has started to shake the foundation of their illusion. You've stepped into the realm where eyes follow you. Not out of love, but out of suspicion. But even suspicion is a compliment to someone with divine alignment. They suspect you because they know you're not average. Every time they hear your name now, it rattles something inside them. A nerve. A guilt, a knowing. Because deep down, they recognize you carry a purpose they tried to deny. What they tried to bury is now resurrecting, and it's not just you they see, it's the fire within you. Type Amen to get blessing 1147. Your growth has made them nervous, because it has exposed their lack of movement. The ones who tried to dim your light are now being blinded by the shine. Their silence isn't peace, it's panic. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, they thought you wouldn't survive the storm, but you became the thunder. You carry a power that doesn't need validation. Your success speaks the loudest. They act as if they're unfazed by you, but watch closely, their eyes never stop checking your every move. They may never say it, but they study you like a threat. They're not just watching you. They're calculating how to stop you, and failing every time. Type Amen to get blessing 999. It's not what you do, but what you carry. You've walked through silent battles that would have crushed others, and now, you were victory without ever lifting your voice. Their spirit reacts to you before their words do. That's why the tension rises when you walk in. Your presence is felt before your feet even touch the floor. They say less now around you, not because you're unimportant, but because they're afraid of saying too much. They know you see through their masks, and it terrifies them. Your clarity is unsettling. You were never meant to follow, you were born to disrupt. Type Amen to get blessing 585. The favor on your life has stirred jealousy in unexpected places. Even people who once supported you are now keeping their distance. It's not that you changed, it's that your light exposed their shadows. You didn't ask for admiration, you earned respect through silent resilience. The strength you showed during your low seasons has placed you in a position they can't explain. They think your confidence is arrogance, but it's really the calm that comes from surviving what they never knew about. You're not just walking in power, you are power. Archangel Michael says, your light was never meant to be subtle, it was meant to blind the eyes that try to overlook you. Type Amen to get blessing 428. Some people want access to your glow without honoring your journey. They want to stand next to you, but they don't want to walk the path that built you. That's why you feel resistance in familiar places. Your transformation has left a mark. The old version of you was easy to manipulate. But this version commands rooms with stillness and truth. The distance you feel from people isn't rejection, it's redirection. The divine is clearing the path around you to make room for who's meant to walk with you. You're no longer a seeker of approval, you are the signal. Type Amen to get blessing 208. Your blessings have made you a target, not because you brag, but because they wonder how you got here. But the truth is, no one saw what it cost you. The pain, the tears, the private prayers, they were all part of the price. They say you changed, but that's because they can no longer control the you they once knew. You outgrew the cage they created. You broke every silent rule they hoped would keep you limited. And now that you're walking in freedom, they feel the chains tightening around themselves. They sense your victory, and it stings them. Type Amen to get blessing 616. You never had to force your way in, destiny kept the door open just for you. While others used connections, you used alignment. And now that you've arrived, even their envy cannot block what's yours. You've always been different, not just special, but sacred. Your uniqueness irritated their comfort. Your power disturbed their mediocrity. You're not intimidating, your truth is. Because it reminds them of everything they buried inside themselves. And instead of being inspired, they chose jealousy. They'll smile in your face, but panic in your presence. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Archangel Michael says, the divine power you carry will always provoke opposition before it brings admiration. Your elevation has been written, it's not a matter of if, but when. And they can feel the when approaching fast. Even your silence now carries revelation. Your steps are ordered, and it shows in the way closed doors have started opening. It shows in the way people who ignored you are now circling back. But beware, not everyone returning is coming with pure motives, some are drawn to your energy, not your essence. Protect your light. It's the very thing they're drawn to and the same thing they want to dim. Type Amen to get blessing 322. They don't hate you, they hate how you've remained true. They hate how storms didn't drown you. They hate how you love without bitterness. You are the mirror they avoid, the truth they pretend doesn't exist. They feel smaller next to you, not because you try, but because your authenticity is too much for their ego. Your spirit disrupts their illusion, and the more they speak against you, the more God proves them wrong. Let them whisper, every whisper is another confirmation that you are chosen. Type Amen to get blessing 1440. Your glow was not given for decoration, it was forged for warfare. You were made to stand tall where others bowed. You are not from here, you are from beyond. Their unease is a prophecy. It's a sign that your breakthrough is not just near, it's already begun. That's why they panic when your name is mentioned, because whether they admit it or not, they know you're about to shift the atmosphere permanently. They know the time of your unveiling has come. The season of being hidden has ended. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You no longer walk into rooms hoping to be accepted. Now, rooms prepare for your arrival. Your reputation has shifted from forgotten to unforgettable. And this change isn't based on appearances, it's energy. Something inside you has awakened, and it refuses to be tamed anymore. The divine didn't call you to blend in. They used to laugh quietly when you dreamed big. Now they go silent when they hear your name, because those same dreams are unfolding right in front of them. Type Amen to get blessing 1112. The air is different now. Even strangers can feel that something about you isn't ordinary. They sense elevation around you like heat rising before a fire. This is the spiritual tension of being favored. The world can feel the shift before you even speak it aloud. That's why people stare longer, why some avoid eye contact, and why others imitate what they once mocked. They don't want you to know that your light changed them. They won't say it, but you've inspired even the ones who resented you. Your growth is undeniable. And that's what makes them most uneasy, the fact that they can't deny you anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 379. You were once overlooked, underestimated, and even rejected. But all of that was training. What they thought was weakness was really refinement. Now you've become the storm you once feared. And your energy announces itself before you ever utter a word. You are protected, guided, and charged with divine influence. This makes people uncomfortable because they can't control it. They can't predict you. They can't copy what was placed in your soul by heaven. Archangel Michael says, your presence is a warning and a blessing. Those who mishandle it will see both. Type Amen to get blessing 1200. You were never supposed to stay small. The whispers of jealousy you hear are confirmation. You've outgrown the level they tried to trap you in. Your name is being carried in rooms your feet haven't even entered yet. And every mention of your name carries a ripple of energy. Some speak of you with admiration. Others with envy. But all with undeniable awareness. Your spirit has announced itself long before your face is seen. The divine made you unforgettable. What you carry now makes them sweat, not because of fear, but because they know you're coming for everything they said you couldn't have. Type Amen to get blessing 2004. This is the season where your power will no longer be hidden. Even the ones who betrayed you will come seeking your guidance. They'll pretend they never spoke ill of you, but their unease will betray their lies. You are walking into circles where your energy shifts the balance. No matter who's in the room, your vibration rises above all noise. They feel it in their chest, a tightening they can't explain. It's your influence, bold and unapologetic. And it is your birthright, this was always written, that your glow would grow stronger under pressure. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They thought your silence was defeat, but you were just listening, watching, learning. And now you speak with wisdom, move with power, and glow with peace. That peace is what unsettles them the most. Because they know chaos was designed to break you. But it built you. Now, even their presence can't disturb your alignment. You've stepped into a grace they can't fake or fabricate. Type Amen to get blessing 988. Your destiny makes noise, even in stillness, and now those who try to erase your name can't stop speaking it. They can't figure out how you keep rising. They didn't understand that your source isn't man, it's divine. They were never your foundation. And that's why their absence didn't destroy you, it freed you. Archangel Michael says, their discomfort is necessary, because it reveals who can stand beside you in your next chapter. The more they react to your glow, the clearer the separation will become. Type Amen to get blessing 1123. They feel it when you enter, a shift. A pull. A weight of something not of this world. Your footsteps carry ancient strength. Your voice commands truth. People fear what they can't define, and you, dear soul, were never meant to be understood by those who settle for average. You weren't made to be explained, only experienced. And now that they've experienced your presence, they will never be able to forget you. Let them be uneasy, their discomfort is your confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. You no longer chase validation, it now finds you. Doors that were once sealed are swinging open with urgency, not by your push, but by your alignment. People who ignored you are now confused by your glow. They whisper about your success because it exposes their complacency. What they once mocked is now what they desire. But only you were built to carry it, and that's why your name will continue rising, because heaven never wastes a vessel prepared by pain. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You don't need to explain your shift, those who are meant to feel it will. Those who resist will fade. Those who fight it will fall. There is something sacred resting on your shoulders, a spiritual authority that makes people uneasy even when you're kind. Because kindness with power is misunderstood. But your power isn't for their comfort, it's for your calling. And you've finally accepted it. You've realized that some people were only meant to witness, not walk with you. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Let them wonder how. Let them question why, but never let them stop you. Your presence is your answer. Your influence is divine, your journey is the evidence of something supernatural. This is your emergence, not as who you were, but as who you always were beneath the silence. You were never broken, only blooming. And now, even the blind can feel your shift. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Your power has never required an audience. But now the audience is forming. Not because you called them, but because your rise is undeniable, Archangel Michael says. Walk boldly now. They already see you. You don't need permission anymore, you are becoming what they said you couldn't be. The discomfort they feel around you is spiritual exposure. You've shaken their illusions, and that shaking will only get louder. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You were set apart to make others feel the shift. Not everyone will celebrate you, but everyone will feel you. And that's the truth they cannot escape. You are the reason tension rises in rooms. You are the reason conversations go quiet. You are the reason doubt creeps into people who once acted superior, because now, they know. They know you're no longer someone they can ignore. Type Amen to get blessing 818. You are not too much. They were simply unprepared. Unprepared for the force, the vision, the grace that now flows through you. Your impact isn't accidental, it's intentional. Heaven chose you to be a disruptor of cycles. A breaker of curses. The light you carry will continue to shake things. And they will either be awakened by it, or disturbed by it. But either way, they will not remain the same after encountering you. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. You've been called many things. Too quiet, too intense. Too different. But what they never realized is, you've been too chosen all along. There's a reason the tension rises when you enter. There's a reason they look, then look away. There's a reason their words slow down around you. It's because your power doesn't just walk, it arrives before you. You don't need to wear a crown to be royal. Your energy alone announces your lineage, and even those who deny your greatness still feel the pull of your presence. Type Amen to get blessing 2344. You've stopped explaining yourself, and now the silence is louder than ever. The silence speaks of a person who no longer begs to be seen, but is undeniable. It speaks of a soul who's no longer shrinking. The people who once made fun of your spirit are now trying to mimic it. But what was placed in you by divine fire cannot be copied by shadows. That's why their imitation fails. And your authenticity reigns. There's a frequency in you now, high, divine, unstoppable. That frequency repels the fake, disturbs the dark, and awakens the divine. You were never here to make them feel safe, you were here to make them feel truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1660. You're not the same, and they know it. The way you walk, speak, carry yourself, it all feels different now. And that difference has become their discomfort. You've crossed spiritual borders and left behind the version of you they were used to manipulating. But they can't touch you anymore. Your elevation made sure of that. Let them stare. Let them wonder. You owe no explanations for what the divine is doing in your life. Not everyone is supposed to understand your glow-up. Some are simply meant to witness it in awe and silence. Type Amen to get blessing 700. They feel your vibration before they feel the floor beneath them. You've stepped into such alignment that your footsteps send warnings to spirits. You've outgrown their gossip, outlasted their betrayal, and outshined their bitterness. Archangel Michael says, no weapon formed against your destiny will prosper, because your influence is part of the prophecy. Their fear isn't your fault, it's their consequence. And their unease is not because you did something wrong, it's because you did everything right, even when they plotted otherwise. You've turned wounds into wisdom, pain into peace, silence into strength. Type Amen to get blessing 1722. You are here to shake this generation awake. You are the mirror, the storm, the breakthrough they didn't see coming. And now that you're rising, their comfort zone is collapsing. They'll try to paint you as arrogant, but it's just that your confidence reminds them of everything they refuse to become. Your discipline reminds them of their delay. Your spirit reminds them of their stagnation. You're not better, you're just willing to grow. That's what separates you. That's what makes them uneasy, and that's why your light cannot be dimmed. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. Even people who have never spoken to you can feel it. They say your name and energy moves through the room. They've never met you, but they feel something ancient when you're mentioned. That's not popularity, that's spiritual territory. You occupy space others only dream about, because you've earned it through obedience. They feel your favor, and it makes them confront their own delay. Some will admire. Others will attack. But all will notice, and none will forget. Type Amen to get blessing 1900. They didn't believe in you, until the glow became too loud, until the miracles started stacking. Until your silence screamed purpose. Now, they don't know how to approach you. Do they apologize? Pretend nothing happened? Or keep watching in silence? Whatever they do, your assignment remains. You didn't come this far to shrink, you came to rule. You came to shake atmospheres and birth new dimensions of truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1330. You've stopped performing for approval. You've stopped explaining your shift. That's why your power has tripled, because it's no longer diluted by doubt. You no longer carry the weight of being accepted. Instead, you carry the sword of divine timing. Your purpose is cutting through illusions, fast. They thought they knew you. But what they saw was only your preparation. Now, they're witnessing your presentation. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. This message was not meant to flatter you, it's meant to remind you. You are a divine disruption. You are the echo of ancestors who prayed for someone brave enough to break every cycle. You are the light that makes evil nervous. The presence that silences gossip. The proof that favor can't be faked. You were sent to make the earth shift. And it already is. One room, one word, one glance at a time, your influence is making them uneasy. Because heaven has marked you publicly. And now nothing can be the same again. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. There are people who once smirked at your presence. But now they can't stand the silence you carry, because it holds too much truth. You don't speak as much as you used to. And yet somehow, your silence weighs more than their loudest noise. They can't breathe easy around you anymore, because you remind them of what they could have become, if they had chosen purpose over popularity, healing over hiding, truth over trends. But you chose growth. You chose stillness, you chose God. And now, everything about you is radiating confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 6464. They tried to label you as too intense, too deep, too much. But now they're trying to figure out how you knew what you knew before it happened. How you predicted the shift, how you always seem 5 steps ahead. Because what they didn't understand is that you're spiritually wired. Tuned in, activated. And when heaven gives you downloads, no room can contain your presence. The tension people feel is not intimidation, it's conviction. You don't make them nervous. Their own avoidance of growth does. That's why they shake when you speak, even if you're smiling. Type Amen to get blessing 2220. You were hidden, not forgotten. Protected, not rejected, delayed, not denied. Every version of you they disrespected was part of the cocoon. But now you've spread your wings, and your flight is rewriting the air above them. They can't unsee your rise. They can't pretend you're not chosen. Archangel Michael says, the unease you trigger is part of your mission. You came to wake the sleepers, not comfort them. And that light inside of you? It's only going to burn brighter now. Even those who tried to bury you are now whispering prayers, because they realize the ground they tried to throw on you has become your foundation. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. This glow you carry, it's not beauty, it's battle. It's the result of every night you bled in silence, every moment you kept going when you had no strength. You were not made in applause. You were forged in silence, crowned in pressure, anointed in abandonment. Now they see you glowing and want to know your secret, but they'd collapse under the process that made you, and that's why your influence makes them uneasy, because deep down, they know they couldn't walk through what you survived. Type Amen to get blessing 9000. You didn't need revenge, you didn't need validation. You just needed time. Time for heaven to display what you always knew deep inside. Now, the same ones who laughed at your silence are disturbed by your voice. Not because it's loud, but because it's rooted. Not because it shakes walls, but because it shakes their souls. You were never here to entertain. You were here to elevate. And the power you now walk in is a silent alarm, alerting everything around you that heaven is in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 1211. Let them pretend they don't see you. It won't matter, because soon, their whispers will turn into questions. And those questions will turn into invitations. And those invitations? You will decline. Not out of pride, but because you no longer belong to the same frequency. You've been upgraded, elevated, shifted, and the air around you confirms it. This unease isn't temporary. It's permanent. You're not coming down from this level, you were built for it. Type Amen to get blessing 4040. Every room you walk into, they feel it before you even sit. They won't say it out loud, but their body language tells the truth. Their eyes dart. Their throat tightens, their hands fidget. You carry something weighty. Heaven-backed, fire-tested, spirit-sealed. Not everyone will be able to sit beside you, and that's okay. Chosen ones are rarely surrounded. You didn't lose people. You were set apart. And now their unease is your confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 8808. You were born to interrupt patterns, and now you're doing just that, with your presence, your peace, your persistence. They hoped you'd get tired. You didn't. They hoped you'd fold. You didn't. They hoped you'd stay the same. You transformed. And now they're the ones uneasy. Watching, regretting, scrambling to adjust their masks when you walk by, but it's too late. You've already seen them. And more importantly, heaven has already marked you. Type Amen to get blessing 3033. You no longer respond the same way, because you've outgrown reaction. That calm you carry now? That's what disturbs them the most. You're no longer the person they could play with, manipulate, or confuse. And that quiet power inside of you is louder than their noise ever was. Archangel Michael says, they had a chance to honor you, but they missed it, and now, your elevation is their discomfort. You didn't do anything wrong, you just kept growing. Type Amen to get blessing 9999, and now the final truth, your influence is divine. It cannot be copied, dimmed, or delayed. It was written in light, sealed in fire. Protected by angels. Fueled by God, that's why the unease is rising around you. Because when divine power walks into human spaces, the atmosphere shifts. The hearts tremble, the whispers echo. And the chosen one finally arrives. Type Amen to get blessing 10,000.